Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my FIFA World Cup prediction. For this prediction, I'm going to be using the FIFA.com bracket predictor to just see which bracket it's going to go to, because I mean it looks easy to see and it looks easy on the eye to see. But hey, while I'm doing this, let me know in the comments. Let me see which I'm sure I'm definitely going to be wrong. I'm sure I'm definitely going to piss some people off that wish that their country could be winning the competition. I guess there are a lot of people that is going to be thinking like, oh, he's coming back home, only for them to find out that I don't think he's going to be coming back home. I don't think football know where home is anymore. So anyways, without no further ado, without wasting your time, let's get into it, because it's 48 teams. It's gonna take a hot minute to finish this, so let's get started. So I'm starting from the beginning right now. I've not done it before, simply because I just wanted to be like fresh off when I'm like doing it with you guys. So let's play now. I don't need to see the tutorial. What is tutorials are for chickens, you know. It's what I did. So Group A: Mexico, South Africa, Korea, Czech Republic. I think Mexico goes through, because I think they have the home advantage. I think a lot of their matches are gonna be in Mexico. I think they have the home advantage. I think Korea goes through also. I don't think South Africa will be able to do enough, and I think Czech Republic will also not be able to do enough. So yeah, it would swallow. I think Korea are just tactically good that they'll be first. I think Mexico will be right behind them. I feel like they might play it draw. I think whoever wins the match between Korea and Mexico tops the group. I think Czech comes third and South Africa comes last. And in Group B we have Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, Switzerland. I mean, Canada's had a really good team now, so I feel like they should go through top. Qatar, I just know if I feel like Qatar might come in second. It's gonna be difficult between Qatar and Switzerland. I just think I'm sorry, they're coming last, isn't it? So I'm gonna pick Switzerland. I think Qatar goes through on third, and Bosnia. I'm sorry. Bosnia, I think they come in last. But it would be a nice surprise if they do not come in last though. But anyways, yeah, in this group it's got to be Brazil, but Scotland, I feel like they will give them a run for their money. I feel like Morocco has just advanced a little bit in the way they play. I think Scotland, I think Haiti will come in last. But I think Scotland goes through in this group, and that is simply because everyone kind of takes point off Haiti. That's what I think. I think everyone takes point off Haiti in this group. So here, USA, Paraguay, Australia, Turkey. I think Turkey comes in first. I don't know. Turkey has been really good recently. I think USA is second, but it would be a disaster if they can't at least be second. Paraguay, Australia. It's gonna be difficult between them. I would say Australia, Paraguay. I don't think anyone from that group comes out third. I don't think so. And in Group E, Germany, Cote d'Ivoire, Ecuador. What do we think is going through? Yeah, I think Germany should definitely be going through. I think Cote d'Ivoire should be going through. I think Ecuador should be coming in third. I think Curacao should be bottom. But I think Ecuador is taking points off Curacao, and I think everyone is taking points off Curacao, so they definitely having 3 points there. So if Ecuador can get maybe a point of Germany or Cote d'Ivoire, and that's 4 points. And I just think the third position in this group is gonna come out of it. And then in Group F we have the Netherlands, we have Japan, we have Sweden, we have Tunisia. This, I don't think the third position will come out of it because it's difficult. But the person that you should look to be getting points off is Tunisia. I think Tunisia is just defensively solid that it's going to be difficult to get points off them. I think the Netherlands should be able to get through. I think Japan should be able to get through. I'm just gonna have to go for Sweden here because I'm partial Sweden. So I think Sweden comes in third of the group. Sweden, their qualification has not been straightforward, and their friendlies have not been good either. So I feel like Sweden has enough to go through, but I just feel like they will continue with the habit of just going through, just scaling through by the grind of their teeth, or something like that. It's gonna be difficult, but they're gonna go through anyways. Here, Belgium should be running away with it. Egypt are a really good team. They're a difficult team. I don't think New Zealand can actually compete with them, and I think. I mean, a lot of people are not gonna agree with this, but I think Iran goes ahead of New Zealand. I don't know. I don't feel like the team has enough. I don't feel like New Zealand has enough to win. But also this team, Belgium, they always seem to falter when it matters. So I also don't think it's gonna be that easy for Belgium. Here, Spain, definitely. Uruguay have always been able to punch above their weight, but also there's not that many difficult teams here. Saudi Arabia have been really good recently, so I'll put second Uruguay, third Saudi Arabia, and fourth Cape Verde, because I feel like Saudi Arabia just is gonna take points off Cape Verde, and I expect. But Cape Verde have a lot of players now, though. They have a lot of foreign players, like Spanish players, that have now nationalized the brother and are going to play for them, so they're going to be really difficult team to beat. But I just feel like Saudi Arabia are just, advanced in their level of play recently, and it's just, they're just better now. Now, Group I, damn, it's a long group. Well, I to hell, what are we doing here? Are you sure it's the World Cup or we are playing league matches? Is the Premier League back? What are we doing? Anyways, France should be going through. It's gonna be difficult. I think they probably would drop point to either Senegal or Norway at some point in this competition, in the group. But I think they will still be going through. I think Iraq is also a well-structured team, so it's gonna be difficult. This team, I think only first and second go through. I don't think there's a team that's easy to get 3 points off. So it might be difficult for the third position to get 3 points or something like that. They might play draw. Third and fourth might be like 1 point each or something like that. I think France should pick points off all of them. And Norway, the reason why I'm putting Norway second is simply because of Haaland and Alexander Solot. I feel like when you have that kind of attacking power and if you can find them, that's just problem for anybody, is it? But also, I don't trust Odegaard to be the man creating for them. So hopefully it comes true, hopefully it comes true. But when you have a player that has scored 16 goals in 8 qualifying matches in your team, the World Cup should be going through in the group stage. Now Senegal, because they just have a lot of good players, and Iraq last, but also I don't think any of them go through. I don't think any of them go through because I think they play draw. Iraq, Senegal. I think anyone in this group could drop points to Senegal. I think anyone in this group could drop points to Iraq. So that is the reason why I feel like, yeah, maybe Senegal would just go through. Maybe they would just go through. Anyways, yeah, Argentina definitely going through. I think they're playing one of their games in Miami. It's gonna be difficult for you to go past the Miami wall that's right behind Lionel Messi. So it's gonna feel like home for Argentina also. I know they're not hosting, but it's gonna feel like home for them also. Algeria, Austria, Jordan. Jordan is definitely gonna be last. Everyone is picking points off Jordan. Australia. I said Australia. Austria, a little bit of hit and miss. But I respect the structure and the organization that Algeria has. Austria third and Jordan last. Portugal, yeah, they should be going through. It should be easy. It should be light work, This one, a lot of people are gonna be thinking that maybe I'm crazy for doing this. But this team right here, they are really good. They are really good. They have life of Wan-Bissaka, of Mbeumo, or what's his name, their defender, and they have a lot of attacking players. They have a lot of players that have nationalized into the team from foreign countries, so like England and the likes. So that makes them a really dangerous team, and they are the kind of team that would like pick points off Uzbekistan definitely. And for Colombia, they have just that defensive structure that Colombia will have a hard time beating them, and I just don't think Colombia have the players to be able to beat Congo. I think it's gonna be difficult. Here should be coming home though. It shouldn't. England should be winning. The thing with Croatia is that they have a lot of experience. They have tired legs, but there's experience. They come through. They've seen a lot. They've been through a lot. They know what they're doing in a competition like this, and they always just seem to go through. But I feel like they've regressed lately in every competition that they've gone through. But also, Ghana has not been steady. Ghana has not been steady. I wish Ghana could do better, but they've not been steady. So anyway, so now we pick the best third place team. Yeah, select 8 out of the 12. Thought, oh, this is gonna be difficult. But I think I'm gonna pick the teams that I feel like they can pick points off the third. I think Colombia. Did I pick Colombia? I think Colombia could pick points off the third. Who did I pick earlier? Yeah, I thought Chechnya could pick points off South Africa because I don't think South Africa is actually that good. So I'm gonna pick them to go through in third position. I expected Ghana, Panama. I'm not necessarily sure. I expect Austria to pick points of Jordan. So that's definitely going in there. Austria is definitely going through. Sweden is going through definitely. I expect Sweden to go through to the next round no matter how it is. Either second or they've gotten enough points to go through third. I expect Sweden. I don't expect them to mess this up. They shouldn't mess this up. They can't. Senegal. I think Senegal is going to go through. Is that when they play in Iraq? I think it's going to be tough, but you just feel like Senegal is just too good not to go through, right? They're just too good. Who else? Ecuador is definitely going through. Did I already pick Ecuador? Ecuador. Oh yeah, Ecuador is definitely going through. Who else? How many teams do I have left to pick? 3 teams to pick. Iran, New Zealand. I'm not sure here. I feel like they play draw, so they might not get enough points. I feel like Belgium and Egypt just beats them. Saudi Arabia. I feel like Saudi Arabia beats Iran. I feel like that. I feel like they just have too much. Scotland, now Scotland, a very difficult team to beat, and also Haiti, they're just gonna beat Haiti. I think so. I think everyone's just a pick point of Haiti. So Colombia is Uzbekistan. Colombia should be beating Uzbekistan. So Colombia is gonna be our last team to go through, and Australia is not gonna be able to go through, right? They're not gonna be able to go through. Paraguay, I don't know. Paraguay, Australia should be beating Paraguay, though, shouldn't they? They should be beating Paraguay. They should be beating Paraguay. Australia should be beating Paraguay. So if Australia is gonna go through, then it has to be these people making way for them, Cheshire. Because I think it's gonna be difficult for them to get points of Africa. What do you think? I think it's gonna be difficult for them to get points of South Africa, Cheshire. But I just expect them to be able to scale through. But Australia, Paraguay, I feel like Australia should be able to go through against Paraguay, and I feel like Colombia should be able to also go through against Uzbekistan. They should be able to at least get 3 points up there. So I feel like I'm gonna change that a little bit. So no, I don't wanna. Can I change this? No. Does that mean it removes everything? Oh, did it almost automatically select something for me? No. Okay, who was I gonna pick before? I was going to pick Australia and Colombia. I was going to remove Chechnya and had Scotland. And I thought Saudi Arabia was gonna go through. I think so. So I think it makes sense like this. Qatar. Why do I think Qatar is not gonna go through? Oh, against Bosnia. I think Bosnia are a difficult team. They are a difficult team to beat. They did beat Italy, qualify. So I think in that group, people are gonna drop points to both Qatar and Bosnia. And actually, maybe Bosnia should be third in that group. But I don't think third position goes through. I think for third position to go through, you need to be able to beat someone to get some points. Because in other groups, people are going to get points out of there. So that's the reason why I don't think they'll be able to make it through. And Iran. I just don't see Iran beating New Zealand now, do I? So I feel like it works perfectly like this. I think this is how I want it to go. So going through in the top place will be Colombia, Senegal, Ecuador, Austria, Australia. That's fantastic. Sweden, Scotland, and Saudi Arabia. So let's go to the next one. Let's pick the knockouts. Let's pick. Yeah. In the knockout, we have Germany, Australia. Germany is definitely going through easily in that one. France, Sweden. I'm sorry, Sweden, but France has to go through. I think this is where Sweden's journey ends. But yeah, it wouldn't have been a great competition, but it wouldn't have been a disappointing competition. But when you play against France and you get knocked out, you can't be too mad about it. And although professionals, the ego is gonna speak, but yeah. Mexico, Switzerland. I feel like Mexico should have enough to go through, and I feel like it's not a long travel for the home fans, so it's gonna be good. Netherlands, Morocco is gonna be a tough one, but I think Netherlands should be able to go through. You know what? I think Netherlands should be able to go through, but I feel like the defensive stability of Morocco is just gonna make it difficult for the Netherlands to go through. I feel like Morocco is gonna make an upset here. There's gonna be an upset here because Morocco is just that good. Now, Croatia, Congo. Now, this is their first World Cup for Congo in like forever, so it's gonna be the experience of Croatia. I think it should shine through here. And Spain should definitely go past Algeria. If Spain meets a country like Morocco, I think it will be more difficult. But I think with Algeria, I think they can just skip by. I think Turkey should definitely beat Ecuador. I think Belgium should beat Saudi Arabia. Brazil should be going through here. But against Japan, the Japanese team is well organized. I think Brazil just have too much attack, and they have an experienced coach in Ancelotti can make things happen. So it's gonna be difficult. Here, I think Ivory Coast wins. I feel like people are sleeping on Ivory Coast. No matter how many Haalands you put in that Norwegian team, they still have to deliver the ball to the Haaland. So I feel like Ivory Coast has enough to take it. Here, Korea wins. I think so. I think Korea wins. Korea just have the quality to get past it. but then they're gonna meet England. England should be beating Colombia. Argentina win here. USA should win here against Egypt. I mean, it's a home match for USA, Dallas. I just think the occasion, I feel like they might rise to it and they should be able to go through. They should be able to push one more round in the competition. And then Canada, Austria. You know, I'll just be biased for the home teams at this point. I feel like Vancouver, home team again, difficult match to play. I think they should be going through. I think Portugal should be going through here. I feel like this is going to be a difficult match, Portugal, Senegal. I feel like Senegal can create an upset. I also feel like Portugal should have enough to go through. I feel like they should. Now, going back to the top, let's see. Germany, France. Now, this is going to be tough. See, I feel like I'm making the best layout here possible. This is the best. This is how you want the competition to be. Already in the round 16, you already want Germany or France to be on the verge of going out. You want them to be toughing it out. You want them to be fighting it out. But I just feel like it is still too early for France to leave because they have the quality to just do it at this point. And I feel like the tiredness wouldn't wear in yet. I feel like they will push through their group easily. So they would have rested players and in the group stage. But also I feel like Sweden might make it difficult for them, which means they might have to stress on the game. So there might be some tiredness before going into this one. I just feel like France should still have enough to go through. France should still have enough to go through. You should never best against France. Yeah, I feel like Morocco goes through. I just feel like Mexico doesn't have enough. Mexico does not have enough, and it's in Houston, so they're not in Mexico anymore. So I feel like Morocco is a difficult team to beat. I feel like they should go through here. Spain should definitely go through. They're gonna move the ball around a lot against the tiring hold Croatian side. This is just gonna be too much for them to handle. Turkey, Belgium always just seem to not have enough to do it when it matters. But I feel like being probably De Bruyne's last World Cup possible, having Courtois in goal, having Romelu Lukaku, having a player like Doku that can dribble past players, I think it's gonna be trouble. I think Doku is gonna be trouble for people. Now Brazil, Ivory Coast. I think Brazil just have too much attack for Ivory Coast to contend with. But also Ivory Coast have these attacking players like Diomande, like Amad Diallo, that is going to make it difficult for you to attack them. So if you attack them, you need to watch your defense. And I just think Ivory Coast edges it here. And that's why I think it, because if you watch the game against France, the way Ivory Coast attacked them from the flanks, and when you look at the Brazilian attack, they don't seem to be able to come back or fall back fast enough. And they have old and tiring players, and players like Marquinhos, players like Casemiro, players like Hector Bellerin to some extent. I mean, Danilo has gone out now, but they just seem to have a combination of old players and young players, and most of the young players are in the attacking side of the team, and they don't seem to come back enough. Vinicius does not help enough in defense. Rafinha, it does not help enough in defense, and I just think Cote d'Ivoire will take advantage of that. I think so. I think Cote d'Ivoire will take advantage of that. Now here, I expect the dreams to still be going, because hey, what's the point in not killing the dream right here in round 16? No, it's better to make it closer to the final and then kill the dream of it coming up, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's better. Argentina should definitely be beating the United States. The United States have not been. They are not that good. They've just met teams that they can get past. Canada, Portugal. I feel like Portugal should also hand another host dream right here. I feel like all the hosts should be out by round 16. Now one of them might scale through to the quarterfinals, but I feel like round 16, all the host countries should be going home to sleep, man. They should be going home to sleep. Now, I might start from this point at this time. Portugal, Argentina. This is a very important match. Messi versus Ronaldo. Messi versus Ronaldo. I didn't even think of that. Messi versus. Look at how I set that up. I didn't, and I wasn't even thinking about that. But look at how I set that up. Messi versus Ronaldo in this competition. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be like electric. There's gonna be tackles flying around because it's important for both teams. But I expect Portugal to go through. I expect Portugal to go through because they just have too much midfield. But it also depends on if the midfield is tiring at this stage of the competition. I also think they just have more also on the bench to be able to carry that midfield through. And also if they can look past making this a retirement match for Ronaldo, if they can look past just playing football and not see it being surrounded around Ronaldo's ego or something like that, then they should be okay. Here, I think England goes through also against Ivory Coast. I can at this point. Because they've done a fantastic job. They've got to the quarterfinals. So they've been a really good team. I just think England will be too much for Ivory Coast. Now, Spain, Belgium. This interesting, but I just don't think Belgium can keep up with Spain anymore. The golden generation, it's done. They've tried, put in a lot of effort, and they just can't go anymore. This is going to be difficult. Morocco against France, but I think France should have no more than enough for Morocco. And I just think France, Spain, England, Portugal semi-final. It's just perfect. It is perfect. And I think at this stage, at this stage, I want Ronaldo to win the competition, so I'm gonna say Ronaldo to go to the final. But I think they are too reliant on Ronaldo to score goals. I think they look for Ronaldo too much, but they want to not try to make it pass like score goal. Just always seem to want to cross the ball into Ronaldo too early. And I think players like Rafael Leao, he can't keep his calm, he can't keep his cool. I think that will be a problem. I think even though they have midfield like great chances, I think the problem is putting the ball at the back of the net. I just think they won't have enough. Whereas England, on the other hand, they seem to have more options on the bench and players that can dominate the midfield as well as on the bench. England can play with the ball or without the ball if that's what they want to. They have Rice, Anderson, Mainu, Bellingham in the middle. That's that are quite athletic, physical, and players that can dominate plays. And they have players like Saka, Rashford, Gordon on the wings that can run past the defense. So if Mendes travels too far forward, if Dalot travels too far forward, they're gonna get you. And Kane also drops into the middle, which means the middle is gonna be congested in this game. So Portugal might not have that much joy that they have had in other competitions, in other matches in this game. So that's why I think England goes through there. And also, let's keep the dream of coming home alive, so we can just kill it at the head. Now here, the only problem I have here is this is difficult. France, Spain, any of them could go through. The problem I have with Spain is they can't just seem to score goals. If the team is disciplined enough, it can get past them and score goals. But what the problem that they have now is France against Ivory Coast showed us that they are not disciplined enough, especially for 90 minutes. Whereas Spain can be disciplined enough. So I expect Spain to go forward here against France, because I just feel like the French team players like Cherki, Mbappe, Dembele, they are not disciplined enough to come and help the defense when the pressure is on them. They'd rather be the one having the ball rather than being the one chasing around, and I just feel like they will become a liability, especially when you're Cherki and you want to be dribbling 2-3 players. Now that might create space, but the way the Spanish team mark, it's just the press, it's just structured, it's just well organized, it's just well energetic, that it's going to be difficult for you. And I don't think you want any of your fullbacks, Hernandez or whoever, to be faced by Lamine Yamal. He's just going to tear them into pieces. So I just think it's done. As long as they don't have injuries, players like Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal for the final, because they will be really, really, really important for the semi-final. And I think they should win. And I think at the end of the day, it's coming home. It's not. It goes to Spain. Spain wins the competition. I'm sorry. It's not coming home. I was setting this up, wasn't I? Anyways, that's what I think. I think Spain wins the competition, and I think England just comes short because they just seem like a disjointed club. They're a disjointed team. They're a fantastic team, but they just seem disjointed. They just seem like they won't be able to fight over the line, and it will be sad to see, but This is what I feel is going to happen. I think they're just going to fall short, and that'll be the end of the competition for England. So let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's coming on. Maybe it's not. Let me know what you think in the comments, and see you on the next one. I'm gonna be making more content about the World Cup during this time. So if you like this, kindly like and subscribe to the channel, and you'll be seeing more of me during this time and during the World Cup in general. So see you in the next one. Take care. Have a lovely day.